Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Shalik, and I'm going to be showing you this dark smoky gradient eye with two lip options. So the very first thing we're going to go in with is our NYX shadow base in the shade Skin Tone. And no, it's not my skin tone, but powder will fix that. And yes, I see that string on my finger. I didn't notice what it was till afterwards, but don't worry, it will be gone soon. But anyways, I'm just going to put that on both my eyes. Spread that around with my finger. You can use a brush if you'd like, or even a beauty blender. As long as it's pretty evenly spread out, you're good to go. After that, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. And I'm just going to take any fluffy brush, and I'm just going to dust that across my entire eyelid. And with the magic of makeup, it's going to magically turn to somewhat closer to my skin tone. Next, I'm going to take Makeup Geek Early Bird, and I'm just going to take that throughout my entire crease, kind of putting it around, not necessarily trying to be overly neat with it. Just want to make sure I lay down that color all throughout the crease. And do the same thing on the other eye, and I like to go back and forth in circles, really blend it out. I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Sidekick, and I'm going to take that on a more pointed brush. And then I'm going to just take that through my crease again, but I'm just going to go a little bit lower than I did with Early Bird. I'm going to mimic the same motions that we did with Early Bird, just a tad lower. And then right after that, I'm going to go in with Mug Americano. And on a flat shader brush, I'm going to take that Americano color, and I'm going to put that all over the eyelid. As you can see, I'm doing patting motions all across, but I'm not going to take that any higher than the crease. I'm just going to focus that on the crease and try to get the color as pigmented as possible, because I really want that gradient look where it fades from dark brown to that reddish brown to orange. Just mimic the same thing on both eyes once again. And then after that, we're going to go in with Mug Corrupt. If you hear me say mug, it's in place of Makeup Geek. But I'm just going to smudge that really close to my lash line, and I'm not going to take it any further past halfway. And then I'm just going to go right back in with that Early Bird shade, and I'm just going to buff it through the crease, make sure there's no harsh lines, make sure everything's blended and beautiful. And then I'm just going to take any makeup wipe, I'm going to wrap that around my finger, and I'm going to use that to clean up the eyes. I'm going to take it towards the tail of my brow to really sharpen up that shadow and make it look as neat as possible. And then once we're done with that, we're going to go in with Rimmel Skin Perfector Primer. And when you see this on, it's going to have a purple tint when I rub it in, but don't worry, because that's going to fade once I put on my foundation. It's basically just going to make the foundation look much more radiant, more like a glow from within, so that way it's going to be a very satiny finish, not necessarily dewy. So right after primer, I'm going to now go in with my NYX brow pencil in black, and I'm just going to use that spoolie side to brush out my brows. And for today's look, we're going to go for a very sculpted brow. You know, really fill those bushes in. And the way that I like to do my brows is I like to make a line right underneath the brow and really trace it out. And then once I perfect that line underneath, I'll do the same thing on top, and I'll fill it in where it needs to be, before, after, and then I'll really try to just define that shape and get the arch right where I want it to be, to kind of make my eyebrows even, because they do arch in different places. But anyways, this part is not going to be interesting, so using the magic of editor, we're just going to zoom on through. Just keep on zooming on through. We all do our brows different, so who cares? Zoom on through. And now that the brows are all done with movie magic, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, and I'm going to wipe off a lot of that excess product from the brush, and then I'm just going to brush that through my brows, really glue them down so they stay in place all day. Once we're done with that, we're going to go in with foundation. And today we're using the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. And just with my foundation brush, I'm going to dip the brush directly into the product and then bounce that all over the face, really blend it out, make it look as beautiful as possible. And as for brushes, I will list all of the brushes below if you're curious, so go take a look. I'll have all the sets listed below and all the individual brushes that I use throughout this video. And with that brush, I'm just going to pounce it all over the face and really buff it out. I don't want any harsh lines, I don't want any creasing, I just want this to look as beautiful as it possibly can. And then I'll add extra coverage where needed. After that, I'm going to go in with the Sephora Matte Foundation in the shade Mocha, and I'm going to use that to contour. I feel like this is a really good shade. It's a cool tone shade, which is really great for contouring, and I'm just going to buff that around my forehead, and then I'm going to take it from the corner of my ears down to the corner of my mouth. And I like to just lay it down, going back and forth in a sweeping motion. And then once we are all done with that, we're going to go in with blush. And for blush today, we are going to be using the e.l.f. Dark Blush Palette. I'm going to take that top shade and that bottom corner shade, and then I'm going to mix them together. I'm going to try to use very little because these blushes are very pigmented. I want to use a little more of that orange than I do with the rest, and then I'm just going to go over my cheekbones towards my temples, blend that out as beautifully as possible, and then I'm going to go in with highlight. And for today's highlight, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Apricot. And just using my highlight brushes and that highlight the top of my cheekbones, wrap that around my brow. And then I like to go in little circle motions to really blend it out on both temples. And then after that, I'm going to do the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to take that on the tip of my nose. And then I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Concealer in Deep 70. This one's a little closer to my skin tone. I didn't want something too overly highlighted. And I'm just going to take that right under my eyes. I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead. And yes, I did realize I forgot to do this. I would have done this before the blush and the highlight. So if you're doing this at home, just do it before those steps. That's why I don't take it down a lot and I put on very minimal because I didn't want to ruin the other products that are already down. And then I'm just going to blend that out using my Miracle Complexion Sponge from Real Techniques. And then I'll just buff under the eyes and on my forehead. Really want to bring a lot of light to the center of the forehead. And then once we are all done using that, we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara, my favorite one. And I'm just going to run that through my lashes. I'll go up and down, and I'll also do little zigzag motions where I think the lashes clump together a lot. Then we're going to go back in with Makeup Geek Americano, that dark, rich, chocolatey shade that we used all over our lids. And then I'm just going to take that on a flat definer brush, and I'm going to take that from outer corner all the way to inner corner. And then using a pencil brush, I'm going to go into those other two shades that we used in our crease, Early Bird and Sidekick, and then I'm going to use that right underneath the lash line. And I'm just going to use that to buff out that Americano shade that we placed down. That way it's not going to look as harsh, it's more buffed out and look more beautiful. And then afterwards, we're going to go in with our NYX retractable eyeliner in the shade Black. And I'm basically just going to take that on the top waterline, just on the outer corner, as you see me doing there. And then I'm also going to take it on the very bottom waterline, but I'm going to go all the way from outer corner to inner corner. And then I'm going to also take that on the top inner corner. And I'm just going to do an inner waterline just at the front, because I find when I do it under my lashes, it's not really noticeable. And this is going to kind of create a cat eye without it being super dramatic. Next up, I'm going in with my e.l.f. Intense Black Eyeliner. And to be completely honest with you guys, my eyeliner just did not want to work today. I tried to fix it and clean it up, but it was just not having it. So I did the best I could. I did a really small wing, but you guys can go so much more dramatic than what I did. I just figured I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. But anyways, I'm going to go in and show you two different lip options for today's look. One's going to be a more pinky red lip, and the next one's going to be a more deep brownish red lip. So right now I'm going in with the NYX Liquid Lipstick in Exotic. I'm going to top that lip off by using my e.l.f. lip pencil in the shade Cranberry. And I like to go in by first outlining my lips, and then I'm going to fill them in completely. I like to outline them first though, just so I make sure that I color within the lines. And that gives us your first look, which is this reddish pink lip. It's a very bold lip. And that takes us into lip number 2. So for this lip, it's definitely gonna be more of a nude lip. Well, at least a nude on me. I'm going in with this brownish red shade, and it's the NYX Matte Cream Liquid Lip in the shade Berlin. And I'm just gonna fill my lips in with that shade. Sometimes I do find this shade needs 1 or 2 coats to get to full opacity, but once it does, it's beautiful and it's one of my go-to colors. And that's the finished look for lip number 2, and that completes our look in general. So whether you want more of a bold lip or more of a neutral lip, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Bye!